ninth, and leading it off, as mentioned, is the hottest Bulldog right now, D.R. Meadows, hitting .625. He's 5 for 8 with 2 doubles, 3 runs scored, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and his own base percentage at this moment, .700. First pitch from McKenzie is a curveball, ripped into left field, bouncing down the line. DR racing around first base. Here he comes to the second base bag, and already this season hitting his 3rd double. He hit 3 last year and 2 the year before. And here it is, game number 4, and DR has 3 doubles, a ball hit right down the left field line. On deck is George Lukey, as Brian Fitzgerald is still searching for that lineup that's going to hit top to bottom. 2-1 pitch is hit left side and through for a base hit. In comes D.R. Meadows, and Brian Fitzgerald puts up the stop sign at third base. And Lane Adams will plant himself there as Logan McGowan is driven in. His 5th run of his senior season to put the Bulldogs up 1-0. Right-hander versus right-hander. First pitch is hit on the ground by the third baseman into left field for a base hit. That scores 1. Here comes another dog to the dish. Running hard to the plate is Nick Curtis, and he scores. And George Lukey has driven in 2. So Meadows, Adams, and Curtis set the table, and then your RBI guys in this game do their job. McGowan driving in 1, Lukey driving in 2, and Greg James will have to make a pitching change because he's out to the hill for the 2nd time here in the top of the 1st inning with no outs recorded, and the Bulldogs leading the game 3-0. His first pitch, here it is. He comes sidearm. There's a bunt third base side over to Crawford. He'll throw to first base tonight. Nobody gets over there as second baseman gets there late, and a run's going to score. Logan McGowan coming in on the bunt and safe at first base. Crawford had to wait for his second baseman to get over there to cover the throw, and so the Bulldogs lead 4-0 and no out recorded. Hasn't swung the stick at a ball game since he was a sophomore, injured last year. First pitch from Gillis drops low. And I asked Coach Fitzgerald before the game how he was swinging it, and he made this comparison. He said he's been swinging it like Bonilla. And I said, which Bonilla? The one that played for the Mets? Oh, he swings and hits a ball to the second baseman, scooped up by Graham. They get 1 out at second. They throw to first and get a double play, but a run scores. So no RBI for Usher, but a run does touch home as George Lukey puts his foot on the plate. And the Bulldogs lead 5-0. Catcher batting 9th. D.R. Meadows is the starting pitcher for the Dogs. He is 4-1 lifetime as a varsity pitcher. 1-0 this season. A big one, a one-hitter against Jenkins. He pitched all 7, had a no-hitter going into the 7th. Right-handed pitcher, and the first pitch is a nice breaking ball for a strike. He struck out 9 and walked 4 in the game. Jenkins went 1 for 21. Ball's popped up in the air right side. Kyle Knight, the first baseman, coming over. So is D.R. Meadows, but it's going to hit the top of the Bulldog dugout on the first base side for strike 2. D.R. lost the no-hitter. There was an error to open up the 7th inning, and then a base hit, which was a clean hit into left field. Meadows' earned run average is 2.44. Here's a pitch, and it's high. He pitched 2 innings against Metter. That was a scrimmage. 38 pitches, 21 strikes. He allowed 1 hit, no earned runs, 3 Ks, 1 walk. 1-2. Got him on a pitch inside. That's his world-famous pitch now, and he likes to throw to right-handers. Knight is the first baseman as Meadows pumps in a strike to make it 1 ball, 1 strike. Dalton McBride is catching. Here's a pitch, bouncing ball right side of the infield. In comes Adams, plays it on a nice hop, throws on the run, and gets the out. I think this field opened up at about 2003. Of course, in 2003, the Indians won the state championship. So it was either 2002 or 2003. And I always ask this question, who had the first hit here? Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, full count. I'm not going to mess around today. It's a former Bulldog. Brandon Webster had the first ever hit because the Bulldogs were the first ever opponent at this field. Full count, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good inning for DR and the Dogs. Strikeout, ground out to Lane Adams at second, and strikeout, we played one. And the Bulldogs are leading the Indians in Vidalia 5-0 on Y101. He's not getting a second look at McKenzie. Now he's getting a first look at Gillis, and he swings and hits another ball into left field. It's going to be another double for DR. He's racing to second base. That ball's still in the corner. Is he going to stop there? He takes the turn. Yeah, he'll settle with a double. So DR has hit 4 doubles, one more than he hit all of last season. Oh, by the way, here's some good news. Petros is here. He called the Y101 this morning after 7. It got kind of confrontational. I don't know if it's his fault or my fault. Probably mine. There's a bunt right out in front of home plate. Gillis picks it up and does not have a play. That'll be an infield hit on a perfectly placed bunt by Lane Adams. And then the final out was a pop-up to DR Meadows. It's short. 2-0 pitch. And it gets away. Here comes DR Meadows. Sliding in with a Bulldog run. 6-0 Dogs. Now Lane Adams at third. So Curtis will step back in. Logan McGowan is hitting cleanup today. Nick was hitting lower in the lineup earlier this season, but when you're hot, the numbers will always move you up. Here's the pitch. Pokes it right side and through for a base hit. And that'll score Lane Adams as the Dogs lead 7-0. Curtis going backside with a nice control swing. He's now 5 for 9 on the season, hitting over 500 with 4 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch. Hit into the air into center field for a base hit. So McGowan is 2 for 2. And the Bulldogs are hitting the ball really well. And remember, this team struck out 12 times against Islands and came into this game hitting just .225. 0-1 pitch. Hit into left field, and this is going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes McGowan racing to the plate, and he scores to put the Bulldogs up 8-0. Now the throw gets away, and the Dogs are moving up to second and third. Kyle Knight with an RBI hit, and he drove that ball pretty deep. His second hit as a Bulldog. That's his first RBI in a regular season game. Bases loaded, 1 down. Stretched by Corbett. Here's a pitch, and Jordan swings and hits it right up the middle for a base hit, just like Bonilla. That scores 1, and the throw comes in, and it's bouncing around the infield. That was a hard hit ball right up the middle on the first pitch. You know, when Jordan played B team several years ago, I always thought he was a pretty good hitter. And that'll bring up Dalton McBride, who grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Bases are loaded. And the Dogs are leading 9-0 here in the top of the second with just 1 down. Dalton played third base in the JV game and had a couple of base hits in his last 2 at-bats. First pitch, swings and hits it up high into the air, down the left field line. It's going to be in foul territory, and the ball not caught. No, it's a fair ball. Not caught, and that's going to score Kyle Knight. That ball almost got into foul territory. The fielder out there thought it was going to be a foul ball. His body was in foul territory, and then he reached back, tried to make the catch. That's McKenzie, and he didn't catch it, and it's a fair ball and an RBI hit for Dalton McBride. Of course, in the state tourney in his freshman season, he had on base percentage over 700. Sends this ball up high into the air, deep into left center field, and Roper Smith catches the ball, and a run's going to score. And here comes Christian Conley to the plate. DR Meadows with a sac fly and an RBI. Got juniors in left and center, Christian Conley and George Lukey, and a senior in right field, Logan McGowan. 2-0 pitch, hit into the air to Lukey. He's drifting back, and he makes the catch. We're at that time of the day where it might be kind of tough to pick up the ball. It's not completely dark. The lights are on. Here comes Hall Graham, a quarterback for the Indian football team. Second baseman for the baseball team. Where's number 18, right-handed hitter? Meadows gets the sign. He's winding. First pitch. And a strike on a fastball below the letters on the inside edge. 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Drops in nicely for strike 2. Well, last week, Bulldog pitching, junior varsity and varsity in 21 innings, did not give up an earned run. Ball is popped up and hit out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Of course, Meadows pitching the one-hitter at home against Jenkins. 2 runs scored in that game by Jenkins, run earned. Nick Curtis pitched a shutout. And, of course, Bulldog pitching in the JV. Tossed a shutout, swing and a miss, strike 3 on a pitch inside. DR's 3rd strikeout of the ball game. So far this season, he has struck out 16. Brings up McKinley Corbett. He's a right-handed hitter. Been at left, at first base, and now pitching for the Indians. First pitch from Meadows, hit on the ground to the third baseman Curtis. Feels it near the bag and throws it over to first base perfectly for out number 3. Another 3 up and 3 down for DR Meadows, who's having a fine day with 2 doubles and a sac fly, and of course 2 fine innings from the hill here at Greg James Field. The Bulldogs leading 11-0 going to the 3rd as we take a break on the home of the Dogs, Y101. Pitch that's low, and so now Curtis has worked the count full. He's walked twice this season, including this game. Full count pitch, and he swings and hits it right down the left field line. This could be like a DR Meadows double for Nick Curtis. He's racing to second base. He's there. So the Dogs are really pounding the left side of both the infield and the outfield from the number 1 and 3 positions in the lineup. Second 3-2 of the ball game for DR Meadows. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Nick Curtis goes for it. So does Bryce DeLoach, and it's going to make it into left field for a base hit. Placed perfectly between the 2. First hit for the Indians off DR Meadows, and of course he pitched a one-hitter last Tuesday at home for 7 innings. Brings up Roper Smith. 2-1 pitch. Meadows from the stretch for the first time today. Swing and a miss. Placed it toward the outer half, right below the belt. Bulldogs leading 11-0. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Dogs scoring 5 runs in the first, 6 in the second. Meadows 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and a sac fly. 2-2. This ball's poked right side. Kyle Knight goes for it, has it, flips it over to Meadows, who gets over there, puts his foot on the bag, and records the out. DR really hustled over to that first base bag. Not able to move to his right and make the play. 3-1 on the out, runner down to second. DR looks back at second. Now he deals the 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Meadows with his 4th strikeout. McKenzie awaiting the 2-2, and now he's going to take time. McBride will look back into the dugout. Let's see if the battery can come to an agreement. Let's see what happens here on a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball gets away. McBride picks it up, fires it over to Knight to complete the strikeout. And DR has struck out 5, gives up a single to the leadoff guy, Warnick, and he moves to second, but he strands him there, and the Dogs still lead 11-0 going to the 4th as we break a Y101. A guy named Brandon Lowe. How many home runs did he hit one year? I know he hit double digits. 1-2. This ball's hit hard by the second baseman, Hall Graham, into right field. Boy, he's hitting everything extremely hard, line drives. And he does it on a 1-2, and he's 2 for 3. And this is his first game in years. I asked Coach Fitzgerald. I walked up the right field line just to ask him when I saw him in the lineup, what kind of hitter is he now, because I haven't seen him in so long. And he says he's hitting like Bobby Bonilla. Bulldogs leading 11-0. We're at the top of the fourth inning with Usher at first and one down. Here's a pitch, bouncing ball right up the middle, and the ball gets into the outfield grass. Nobody get to it. Corbett, who is the pitcher, or the shortstop Sutton, or the second baseman Graham. It'll be a base hit. Dalton's 2 for 3, and now here comes D.R. Meadows. Double sac fly that he hit pretty deep into center field, just a little bit to the left of the flagpole. So he'll step to the plate. DR has scored a couple of runs today. Leadoff guy back at the top of the order. And with his 2 hits in this ball game, he is 7 for 10 on the season. Pitching, of course, normally the starting shortstop for the Bulldogs. First pitch off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the fourth inning, Toombs County 11, Vidalia nothing. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Corbett comes set. Here's a 1-0 pitch to Meadows. Swings and hits it again into left field. Will it be another double? We'll see. Here comes Usher to the dish, and he's going to score, and DR's going to wind up at second with his 3rd double of the ball game and an RBI to give the Dogs a dozen. Boy, he's just pounding the left side of the field. It's 16 base hits, usually hitting at the top of the order around the 2-hole. Bouncing ball right side of the infield. Bobbled by the first baseman. A run's going to score. They tag out Adams. But touching home is Tristan Lynn, who was running. And the Bulldogs had the Baker's dozen. Is that what they call it? 13. Meadows checks a runner at first. Now the pitch. And a strike low in the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. You can win a lot of ball games pitching low in the zone, especially away to a right-handed hitter. And you don't even have to have a lot of velocity. Meadows has had a good fastball today. He wasted that one, but it was very close on the outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out for the Indians. And the pitch. Bouncing ball over to Lane Adams, steps on the bag, throws to first base for a Bulldog double play. The Dogs turn 2 at Islands, and they turn 1 here in the 4th inning. Side from McBride, and here comes a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They get strikeout number 6. A walk turns into a double play. And then a strikeout makes it 3 up and 3 down. As we head to the 5th inning, and a chance for the Bulldogs to win in 5. They lead 13-0 as we take a break on your home of the Dogs, Y101. Center and Logan McGowan in right field. Ball and 2 strikes. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. DR has his 7th K. A lot of credit. They did not look good in their opener at home against Claxton, and they certainly have rebounded and taken care of business since then. Ball is popped up. DR Meadows calling for it, and he catches it for out number 2. It's kind of amazing. You give up 15 earned runs in your first game of the season, and then you give up no earned runs against Jenkins, no earned runs against Islands, and now it's 13-0 with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th inning at Vidalia. Puts the bat on the shoulder, runner off first base. Now he raises it up. 2-2 pitch, called strike 3, and that's the ball game. There's your Flair. DR ending it with his 8th strikeout. He had quite a game. In fact, all the Dogs had quite a game. as the Dogs took control, scoring 5 in the first, 6 in the second, and they win this thing 13-0. We'll take a break and wrap up a big Bulldog victory over Vidalia on Y101.